2 at the PRS 2023 Championship. I ended day 1 on a high note. I'm shooting those barrels and logs. Then on stage 3, I did record most of them on day 2 because it was a lot nicer weather. And after day 1, they posted the scores and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter because everybody shot different stages. So it wasn't really a big deal because maybe we had a higher round count on day 1 than the other guys on the other range. Because I know a buddy of mine completely kicked my butt, but he shot this course of fire that I'm shooting on day 2, which I felt was easier than it was on day 1 course of fire, if that makes sense. And it was different round counts, I'm sure, by some margin or something. But it still gives you a reference, but like I think I moved up 20 some spots or something like that between day 1 and 2. So it's just really tough to tell. But anyway, stage 3, Thunderbeast traps. So we'll just look at how complex that stuff is. Middle tank trap, orange, engage D with 2 rounds. Right tank trap, orange, engage E with 2 rounds. Left tank trap, green. Oh, yeah, because we all misread it because you've had to read up here and then the bold stuff. So anyway, then you had to go left tank trap. So you had to shoot all the orange, then shoot the correct target with it, and then you had to shoot all the green, going back and then shooting that. This is where a couple guys in my squad had some mental mistakes. And like I said, we were in squad 1, or I was in squad 1. So that was big when you have a mental mistake like that, because then you got to make sure you're on the right tank trap, on the right color, on the right target. So you had all kinds of complexity stuff going on there. I got 11 out of 12, so I felt good about that. Starting off day 2 on a strong foot, only dropping 1. Then stage 4, 215 yards. Creedmoor Sports is bussing. So this was off the bus. I got 8 out of 12. 215 yards. In the morning, we were still trying to figure out wind. And when I say we, as a squad, we're all there. We want to help each other out. And it's a competition, yes, but we don't want to see someone just absolutely fail like I did on the Connex box. But yeah, so you're shooting out of these bus windows, things like that. Well, it is what it is. I hate bus windows because of how narrow the window is when they have you go on above it or whatever. But then if they take the window out, then you're on the frame of the bus. So yeah, it's just really narrow, unsteady, and then you're in a bus. And some buses, the ROs come in there with you. Well, that doesn't help because that's just rocking, but they were smart. They just hung out outside and just hollered at you. Maybe there was a guy in there, but he was like, still, he was in a seat, didn't move. So that was good. Stage 5, rocking and rolling. So you had a large and small on G at 204. So with this large and small, again with the target order, you had rock 1, large, small. Rock 2, large, large, small. Rock 3, large, small. Rock 4, large, large, small. Rock 5, large, small. Rock 6, large, large, small. So just getting that order and stuff right, making sure you're correct. I got a 15 out of 15 on that. Like I said, it was all steady barricades. I felt every shot I let off should have hit. Didn't have any bad trigger presses. Didn't have any mental mistakes. Like I said, mental mistakes can be defined differently, but I mean like in order, in color, and position, and target. So felt really good about that. Stage 6, Lapua pipes. I like this one because again, it's a really stable barricade. But again, with the target order. So pipe 1, you had far, far, near. So far was 220, near was 165. And then pipe 3, so you had to go to pipe 3 then, near, far. Transition to pipe 5, far, far, near. Then pipe 8, near, then far. Then pipe 10, near, far, near. Got 11 out of 13, so again on day 2, like I said, this range felt a little bit better. And it felt good, getting 11 out of 13. So I'm doing good on day 2. Then stage 7, Yetis at the playground. You had large Yetis left to right. This one was fun and complicated. I think Ken Wheeler recorded me on this one. I don't know where that video went. Ken, let me know if you do see this. It was a lot of fun. Too bad I only got a 7 out of 12. If he did record me on that one. You have J and K, 118 and 144. But like I said, I didn't screw up the order or anything like that, but you had to go large Yeti left to right on position 1 or hole 2, large Yetis. Oh, this is up top. He did not record me on this, sorry. This one is that stand. I've been there and shot this stand before. I absolutely hated it. You have these little ports that you have to shoot out of, and for some reason, there's small ports, so fitting this with this just doesn't work. So I did the best I could. Like I said, those shots were probably the worst shots I had, but I still felt they should have caught an edge or something like that. It's not like I yanked it or was unsteady or whatever. It just took me a lot of time to get steady. I think I even timed out on this with 105 seconds, but it was a tough one, that's for sure. Yeah, that one sucks. So on that stage, I did meet the guy that makes these here. So maybe you guys recognize that H on that right there. Oh, if you can see it. But they're little magnetic ECIs. So the NRL, not so much the NRL, but the PRS, maybe the NRL, correct me if I'm wrong. You can't have mag blocks anymore, you know, the thing that goes into here and then it keeps your action open. They want to confirm, so you have this little bit here, a little belt clip here. This just goes in here. So that, oh, let me get it here. So that's just magnetic. It goes in there, the bolt can't close and it's in the chamber, so PRS is happy with that. But yeah, that works out pretty well. So look for those on the website here soon. Yeah, anyway, that was on that Yeti playground one. Nice guy. Can't wait to do some work with him. Then you had stage 8, Lapua Diamonds. So again, with the complexity, you had near, position 1, near, engage targets large to small, then far targets large to small. Position 2, far, engage targets small to large, then near, engage targets large to small. Then position 3, near, engage small target, far, small target, near, large target, far, large target. So just the complexity of that is pretty nuts. You had berm L at 137 yards, and you had berm M at 170. 137 and 170. So I got a 9 out of 12 on that. But it was off these huge railroad ties, super stable. It's just that wind was so different and weird and shifty. And we'll get into one of them that just didn't make any sense. It's coming up here. It was like my last stage of the whole match. But anyway, stage 9, Athlon Hunter. This was off of a rooftop, a very slick rooftop, because like I said, it's been raining on and off all weekend. And it just kind of piled up with mud, and I'm wearing my Solomons, never lost traction before, but going up that rooftop, I tried to use my rear pump pillow type of deal, and every time I would take weight off of me and push up onto that and just, you know, let everything sit the way I usually do, it was not, I would just start sliding down the rooftop. It was so steep. But this is the one that I was talking about earlier in this other video, that you had targets doe 1 to the right at 137 yards. You had to hold right probably 3 to 5 tenths. Then off that same rooftop, I transitioned to the left, you had a buck at 146. You had to hold left about a half mil on that one. Then you went back to the right, 155 yards, a doe over there. Then you had to hold about 7 tenths on that one. And then you transitioned to the buck over here at 164. Then you were kind of pushing about 8 tenths to 9 tenths on that guy, left, not right. Over here is right, over here is left. And then you had to go back over here at a doe at 177. It was about a mil left, or mil right on the doe. And then you came back over here to the buck at 184, and it was about 1.5 was what I did to hit that buck. Got a 10 out of 12. I don't remember which ones I dropped. I think it was the far one on the buck, one of them. And then another shot on another It was my first shot, because the second one always stings, right? Like if you got 2 shots on a target and you hit on the first one and then you miss on the second, that always stings. But I think these here, I missed on the first shot, seen where it went, seen that little bullet going through the air, and then corrected. So yeah, I got a 10 out of 12 on that one. But it's just, that's how this range is. It's got 80-foot trees on either side. Yes, what they do is really cool over there for the area, but it's not what I'm used to. I'm used to a field, it's right to left, and you just got to figure out the mile per hour and the old clock on all your targets, and you're good to go. Not, well, there's a tree over here, so that's going to affect it. You know, that's just weird. All right, so the last stage of the day, this one was so confusing with the wind. It just didn't make sense. I didn't even write down my score. I don't remember what I got on this one. Stage 10, the Zeiss card game. So position 1, you had diamond targets. You were in the back of a truck. So position 1, you had diamond targets. Position 2, spade targets. Position 1, heart targets. And then position 2, club targets. So these were all at different ranges. So you had diamonds at 125. It was just a KOL rack, basically a spade rack at 150. And then a heart rack at 170. Then a club rack at 191. The close one, I think I was about 7 to 8 tenths of wind at 125. It just the wind coming from the right. I don't remember what I did for 150 and 170. I didn't make a lot of impacts, I'll be honest. But then at 191 yards, it was 3 tenths. So I had to reduce my wind call. And they were saying it's because of the trees. You got the wind coming in here and it affects you here, but then the wind is all blocked by the trees further out, so you do less wind. It just it didn't make sense to me. So yeah, I felt those were all good shots. I was off the truck. I didn't use a tripod rear. I felt stable. You know, I got this new thick barrel 120 Bartlett from Voodoo, and I'm feeling good. It's doing good, but golly, it didn't turn out well, if I remember right. But yeah, that was the last stage of the day. All in all, really good match. I really enjoyed the complexity. I wish it was at a different range, but it was a really good match. I say at different range because of that wind trickery stuff going on. The target sizes were good. The props were really good. The course of fire was really good. Wish I could do more of that stuff here. And then just the match flow in general and stuff like that was really good. I did enjoy it. Long ways away, that was not as enjoyable because we drove the whole way, but we saved a lot of money. I think there and back was, I don't remember, a few $100, $400 or something like that all the way there and back. And that's with hotel, 3 of us, but it was a long drive. And I think flights were like $1,200 or something like that to get there. But yeah, really good match. Again, if you've watched the 2022 match video, again, with that video and this video, it left me wanting more, especially this year. Obviously, they had the big checks and all that stuff and make you feel good. But now they have what they have for centerfire is the black bullets and the golden bullet. So that's just something that I would really love to strive for. And I would like to do it in rimfire because obviously I'm a little bit better at rimfire than I am centerfire. Don't get me wrong, I'm good at centerfire too, but the guys in centerfire shoot like I shoot in rimfire, or better sometimes, you know, with this match. Like the final, they were getting 9s on all the stages and stuff like that, so it's just a little different. But yeah, it really left me wanting more. I hope it's in a different location, hopefully a better location, somewhere with fields that's all flat or something like that, or rolling hills or something, not 80-foot trees on the other side. But yeah, let me know what you think. One thing though, if you did make it this far in the video, please like, subscribe, all that stuff. But also, this matchbook, the complexity of all these stages. If you would like me to make a video of just the stages, just reading off the stages and the complexity of it, please let me know. It is a really good matchbook. If you weren't able to attend, just talking about the complexity of it and the props and the orders and the colors and how many times you engage that target was very, very good. But yeah, left me wanting more. Can't wait for next year. I want to go into it with another perfect 500. I did this year, dropped down. I think I finished 12th or something like that overall. So just missed out on all the fun stuff, but I gave it the best shot with a perfect 500, but just could not connect at that range. Yeah, brutal, but it is what it is. But now it's on to the next match, 3 more matches in a row. Halloween Havoc, then Utah, that's in Montana, then I go to Utah, and that is Sweet Springs, I think the way they pronounce it. And then I come back home, and then I go back out to Newcastle, Wyoming. So I'll be shooting 3 22X matches in a row, because that championship is in Wisconsin, which is, I think 6 or 8 hours away or something like that. So that'll be good go. But yeah, those are the stages. Let me know if you want me to go over the match book. I might anyway, but yeah, that would be really interesting to just go over that. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that social media stuff, and we'll see you at the next one, guys. Thanks. Bye.